Greetings, Rovers. Today I'll be going over the best weapons for every character and including a free-to-play, friendly, or 4-star alternative that will be more easily obtainable. I recommend watching through to the end, as there's going to be a bunch of surprises where 4-star weapons outshine those luxurious 5-star weapons. I hope you enjoy. Did you know I'm currently running a $100 subscriber giveaway? All you need to do is press that subscribe button, and I'm also running a 10 Battle Pass giveaway over on my Discord. Both end on May 22nd. Alright, so let's get into it. Firstly, a reminder that at level 45, you get to select a standard banner 5-star weapon for free. Take this into account when considering your team and weapons. We'll also be receiving a 4-star weapon selector chest for the pre-registration rewards. These weapons are Undying Flame, Amity Accord, Commando of Conviction, Comet Flare, and Helios Cleaver. And for the 5 stars that we'll be receiving free at level 45, again, you only get to pick one of them. The Emerald of Genesis, which is a sword, the Luxurious Razor, which is a broadblade, the Abyss Surges, which are gauntlets, Static Mist, which are the pistols, and the Cosmic Ripples, which is a rectifier. Alright, so firstly, let's start with the swords. Our sword users are Danjin, Rover, Senhua, and Yang Yang. Starting with Danjin, the 5-star standard weapon banner, Emerald of Genesis, is her true best in slot. Lumen Gloss is an extremely close second. Next, we have Senhua. Again, the standard 5-star weapon, sword, Emerald of Genesis, is her true best in slot. Lumen Gloss is also a close second for her. Thirdly, we have Yang Yang, who I'm sure you're starting to see a trend. The Emerald of Genesis is her true best in slot. Although considering Yang Yang doesn't see much field time due to her subpar DPS, Scale Slasher will be a better pick over Lumen Gloss. And finally, for the Rover, the 5-star standard weapon banner, you guessed it, Emerald of Genesis, is their true best in slot. I would also choose Scale Slasher here, as Rover's outro ability is absurdly good, and you're going to be wanting to get as much Concerto energy as possible. Alright, so next up we have the Broadblade users, not to be confused with swords, because I know that's pretty confusing. Calcharo, Jian, and Tao Qi. For Calcharo, we're looking at the 4-star weapon Autumn Trace. His second best in slot would be the 5-star Lustrous Razor. The amount of stats Autumn Trace gives just blows standard 5-star weapon out of the water. Although, next for Jian, his signature weapon Verdant Summit, which is his weapon banner, and it's followed by Autumn Trace, the 4-star after that. The day and night difference between these two weapons is absurd, and Jian takes incredible importance with his weapon, so I would suggest getting his weapon if you go after it. And as a reminder, the 5-star event weapon banners are guaranteed upon hitting pity. And finally, for Tao Qi, her best in slot is the 4-star Dauntless Evernight, followed by Broadblade 41. The differences here are massive, as Tao Qi is one of the few champions in the game that scales off of defense, so you're going to be wanting to get that Dauntless Evernight as opposed to the Broadblade, as it's a day and night difference. Thirdly, we have our Gauntlet users, Zhanjin, Ling Yang, and Yan Wu. For Zhanjin, we're looking at the 4-star Gauntlet Stounard, followed by a very close second of Abyss Surges, the 5-star standard weapon. Next up, we have Ling Yang, whose best in slot is the standard 5-star Abyss Surges, followed by Stounard. So it's the complete opposite of Zhanjin. And finally, we have for Yan Wu, whose best in slot is the 4-star Amity Accord, which is one of the ones that could be obtained through the free rewards that I mentioned earlier. Next, for our Rectifier users, who are Bai Zi, Encore, Verena, and Mami Yinlin. Please keep in mind Yinlin isn't coming until 3 weeks after the launch, when Jian's banner is over, so take that into consideration. For Bai Zi, we're looking at the 4-star Comet Flare, again, which is one of the free ones that is obtainable through the weapon selector. For Encore, we're looking at the 5-star standard banner Cosmic Ripples, followed by the 4-star Augment. For Verena, we're looking at Comet Flare for healing, or Cosmic Ripples if you plan on being a psychopath and using Verena as a DPS. I'm not going to judge you for doing it, but just know that it feels wrong. Okay, I'm kidding. I'm definitely going to judge you. For Mami Yinlin, her signature 5-star weapon, String Master, which is insanely good and completely blows the second place spot out of the water, which is Augment. If you do plan on going for Yinlin and using her in any capacity, I recommend getting her banner weapon, as it is absolutely ridiculously broken. I think they're going to change it for release. Alright, and finally, and last but not least, we have our pistol users, Alto, Chixia, and Mortefi. For Alto, we are looking at the 5-star standard banner weapon, Static Mist, and 4-star Badenza, following just closely behind. For Chixia, we are looking at the 5-star standard banner Static Mist, followed by the 4-star Undying Flame, which again is one of the free 4-star selectors we can get. And lastly, for Mortefi, we are looking at the 5-star standard banner Static Mist, followed by the 4-star Thunderbolt. And yes, you heard me right, all three of them use the Static Mist, the 5-star standard, as their best in slot. It is an absurdly good sub-DPS weapon, as it gives a buff to the next DPS in line. And there you have it. There's the best in slot weapons for all characters, and a free-to-play option in form of 4 stars. What do you guys think? Did I miss anything? I sincerely appreciate it if you drop me a like, a comment, and a subscribe. It means the world to me. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Alright, later.